What's up, y'all? Top of the afternoon. Good afternoon, y'all. Today, I know it's Sunday. God bless. I prayed for everybody when I woke up this morning before I went to work. Reading the Bible, reading the Word. No matter what, saying I'm always never too busy for God. This is the book of Job that I want to talk about. I feel like is led to talk about. Because when you find yourself in hard times and you go through a lot in a lot of life, you could, it helps out. So I just feel like reading the book of Job today with you. I'm gonna start reading guys with you, then my work and stuff like that. But now the book of Job. Job's life, family, and faith. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His sustenance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she-asses and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, everyone his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, "It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts." Those did Job continually. I'm saying that's to test Job. And now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, "Whence comest thou?" Then Satan answered the Lord and said, "From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it." And the Lord said unto Satan, "Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil?" Then Satan answered the Lord and said, "Though Job fear God for naught, has not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his sustenance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face." And the Lord said unto Satan, "Behold, all that he hath is in thy power, only upon himself put now forth in thy hand." So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. Job loses his family and wealth. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, "The oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them, and the sea beams fell upon them and took them away. Yeah, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only escaped alone to tell thee." While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, It said, "The fire of God's fallen from heaven and had burned up the sheep, only and escaped alone to tell thee." While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, "The Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee." While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, "Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee." Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped, and said, Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return to thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And all this Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. Satan asked to test Job further. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. And the Lord said unto Satan, From whence comes thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is no one like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity, although movest me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Lord and said, Skin for skin, yeah, all that a man have will he give it for his life. But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he'll curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thine hand, but it saved his life. Job loses his health. So when Satan forth from the presence of the Lord, and smote Job with the sore boils from the sole of his foot into his crown, and he took him and potsherd to scrape himself withal, and sat down among the ashes, and then said his wife to him, Dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse thou die. But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women. Speak of what? Shall we receive good at the hand of God? And shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips. 3 friends mourned with him in silence. Now when Job's 3 friends heard of all this evil that was come upon him, they came every one from his own place, Eliphaz and the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and the Sophar, the Maathite, for they had made an appointment together to come to mourn with him and to comfort him. And when they lifted up their eyes afar off and knew him not, they lifted up their voice and wept. And they rent every one of his mantle and sprinkled dust upon their heads toward heaven. So they sat down with him upon the ground in 7 days and 7 nights, and none spake a word unto him, for they saw that his grief was very great. Job curses the day he was born. After this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day, and Job spake and said, Let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said that there is a man shall conceive. And let that day be darkness, let not regard it from above, neither let the light shine upon it. Let darkness and the shadow of death stain it. Let a cloud dwell upon it, let the blackness of the day terrify it. As for that night, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined into the days of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months. Lo, let that night be solitary, and let no joyful voice come therein. Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up their morning. Let the stars of the twilight thereof be dark. Let it look for light and have none. Neither let it see the dawning of the day, because it shut not up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hid sorrow from my eyes. Why died I not from the womb? Why didn't I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why did the knees prevent me, or why the breast that I should suck? For now should I have lain still and been quiet, I should have slept, and had I been at rest. With kings and councils of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves, or with princes that had gold, so filled their houses with silver, or has an hidden untimely birth. I had not been as infants which never saw light, and there the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There the prisoners rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master. So So for right now, you know what I'm saying, that's it for that chapter. We're going to go, I'm going to read down, some other time, on the way I read from the 4th Job line with the light of English. Wherefore is light given to him that is in misery, life into the bitter and soul which long for death, but it cometh not, and dig for it more than for hid treasures, which rejoice exceedingly and are glad when they could find the grave. Why is it light given to a man whose way is hid, and for God hath hedged in it? For my sign cometh before I eat, and my warnings are poured out like the waters. For the thing which I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is coming to me. I was not safe, neither had I rest, neither was I quiet, yet trouble came. Okay, so, and it's telling life, Job, he goes through a lot, and even though he tries to do good and he believes in God, he's put through major tests. No matter what is going through, he loves God, and I feel like, in this book, we don't need to read it, you don't have to hear it, you don't want to, but I did something to give you guys time and give him this time and show y'all that I'm here, reading it. There's some things in life that, we go through and it's unexplainable. It just, Satan has it out where he wants to just keep messing with the person and, but to be honest with you, because he's busy and miserable. Satan is just that way. He just wants to start people. But it's up to us to, take responsibility as well and, try to do our best in every single way. Roads are not easy, but we try. And we will get tried over and over. We got to stay prayed up and stay blessed up. Keep God focused on God and loving the people, loving each other, Don't put nothing before God, But God for us every day in life. I know I go to work, whatever case may be. But I'm always here, no matter what, I give him his time. I thank him for my job because, hey, I work, whatever case may be. And, I'm not making no excuses. What excuse am I making? No, there's no excuses. So, that's why I'm not stressed out about people, that will tell you everything. Because I'm the one building. Not a lot of people, say I'm not here to compare or, compete. And the reason why I don't compare, because to be honest with you, I'm blessed regardless. I'm thankful for regardless. You just can't really, no one's better than next. Sorry. No, sorry. No one's better than next. We all have our flaws. If you think you're perfect, you're done wrong. Hey, at least I know I try to build, though. At least I get to work. You know what I mean? Got to prove right for your very eyes. You know what I mean? But, I don't laugh at my enemies down. I can't. I'm not laughing at my enemies down. It's not, things are not my fault what people do. It's not. I don't do things. I just smile. Try my best every day. Telling y'all to stay prayed up and blessed up. Now I'm going to go take a shower. Take out this. Tell you God is great. God is good. Much love. Ain't nobody missing my day. Can't tell me now. You know what I'm saying? Make it happen. Building up.